welcome to another episode of That Money Lady with me, Audrey Heesch, your friendly money maven. I'm excited by that because my client just gave that to me the other day, and I was like, thank you, I accept. And so now instead of the friendly money lady, I am the friendly money maven because I appreciate that and I like it and I'm owning it. So all of that to say is for today, we are gonna kind of pull back the layers of what how to really support you. And what that really looks like is, unfortunately, you coming to the table and you looking at your financial systems and tweaking it and working with it and knowing and understanding what all the pieces are so that you can really set it up for success for you. Because look, I can set up any system and it can flow and it can be great and it can work. If you are not fully invested and in that process with building that system and in maintaining it and realizing like what is working with you and what's working against you, ultimately that system isn't going to serve you. And I say this because I love you and I am that's just what I've seen. That's what I know. This is what my clients tell me over and over. They're like, I've paid a lot of money to a bookkeeper and I still don't know what's going on with my finances. That is a very common thing with entrepreneurs. They believe that if they pay somebody to handle it, it's no longer their responsibility, or they're like, it is taken care of. And I'm here to tell you, my friend, that's just unfortunately not the case. The part of your system that's missing is you. In order to really understand where you're going with your finances and how all these pieces come together, somebody else coming in isn't going to be able to make that in a way that, again, fully supports you. And that's what I'm here to do, is fully support you and build you that system that works for you and with you. But that does mean you coming to the table and being an integral part of each piece of this and rolling up your sleeves. And it's not always fun. Don't get me wrong. Like, I don't, I don't want to say that. There are quite a good chunk of my clients that have cried with me over and over again because this is a big subject and it holds a lot of weight and it is a big responsibility. And I do not want to diminish that. I fundamentally, but I fundamentally believe in you. You got this. You are so smart and so capable. That's how you got to where you are, to where you have the money to be like, but now how do I manage this money? And it's a learning curve. There is a lot to learn. Our society does not set you up for success with your finances. We just don't. And that means that burden is on you because there are so much very large implications with your finances, from taxes to the myriad of rules and regulations with not only, again, taxes, but there's employment, there's what if you happen to need your license, a specific license. There are many factors and it's a myriad. It is a huge web. Your finances is a huge web that you get to navigate, and it can be a beautiful web. But if you are not there weaving that web for yourself to create the design that you want to build and to live in, because this is ultimately your business, it's all around you. So you get to build that web and that system and that structure for you. And it's going to look a million different ways. And what you start with isn't going to be what your final result's going to be. And that's the beauty of it, is it's a process and a system that gets to ebb and flow and grow and change and tweak with you. And that's another thing that I've seen over and over again, is that they built the entrepreneurs like, okay, here's my system and it's going to stay that way. Because they knew how much work it took to get to that point. But if it's not serving you again or you're changing, you get to also change your system. And that can even be like, hey, I did bring in a bookkeeper now that I have this under control. What does that bookkeeper need? Because maybe there's a tweak just to it works with you and them and it just flows better for everyone that way. That's also okay. And it's just about making adjustments as you go, and then there's the maintenance and keeping up with it, because your money keeps going, so you need to keep going. And that's when it is a great idea to get a bookkeeper, because a piece of our system is that a lot of, how do I say this? Bookkeepers are there for the maintenance. That is what a bookkeeper is generally there for. The system is already set up. It's already ready for them to go. Standard operating procedure is already maintained, and maintenance is all that's needed. It's just that plugging, that data entry, that maintaining of what is. That's what the bookkeeper is there for. It's your accountants that are there to help build that system, or your tax professional if they are in that realm of service. Everyone, and that's the other. There are so many different types of financial professionals, and every single human is going to look at their roles differently within the myriad of financial systems. So also just be very honest and ask the people, be like, this is where I'm at, this is what I need, and you provide that. Because there, I've gotten this many times, unfortunately, and it really makes me like sad that they were like, okay, I paid this bookkeeper to set up my systems, but they aren't set up. And again, there's that piece of, were you a part of that system to make it flow effortlessly and knowing what all the pieces are? And were they are were they very honest about where their knowledge lied with getting that system set up? Because setting up your system and doing back work is very different than maintaining. Setting up and catching up takes a lot more knowledge and skills from my experience than just maintenance. Not just maintenance. Maintenance is very important. Very important. I love the people that do maintenance. They are very important to the flow of everything. And these are just two different things. And so a bookkeeper can come in and be like, oh, I can do this, because they genuinely believe they can. And more often than not, they think they can and they think they're doing it right. But you as the business owner are like, these things aren't matching. This isn't making sense. And it's because you need to roll up your sleeves and get in there. That is your sign to get in and be like, okay, what are all these pieces? How can I make this flow for me and with me so that I get the information at the end? And it's a process. And depending on where you're at, it can be a longer process. But I promise you, the journey is worth where you get to. And it's beautiful when I see people come out that other side. Y'all, I am so proud of my clients and the work that they do and the work that I get to do with them, because it's important. Your finances are a key pillar. It's the whole foundation of your business. Your finances are your foundation. So you get to do this. You get to come to the table, because one thing I am certain of is that you are smart. You're a trailblazer. You are here to make a difference in this world. And it's so beautiful to see the people that I'm helping serve, because they're part of the system in some form, or they have been a part of the corporate system and they are like, this wasn't serving me. And so they are building a new world for themselves and the people they serve, because they're like, this can be done better and for the people, and supporting everyone as a whole, people, planet, all of it is very important, and they're doing that above profit. And that is why I am so so deeply grateful and honored for the people that I do get in my world because they're trailblazers and they are doing it. And I'm just so in awe of everything that people are creating and the service that they are providing. And I get to help you with your finances. I'm not here to say I know everything. I'll be the first one to be like, okay, let's talk to the lawyer or let's talk to the CPA because this is what I think. You think this. Let's go ask somebody else. The more people you ask, the better you'll get of the whole picture. Because again, I'm human, you're human. These things are, it's a complicated web. So get the help you need without any shame or guilt, or ego. I recommend not having that ego in there because that is such a hindrance, especially with your finances. And it's beautiful when I see people break through that. And I am honored that I get to be a part of that situation and that breakthrough because it is challenging and it's a lot of work and it's a lot of humility. And that's not always easy as humans. But this again is a foundational piece of your business. Your finances are the foundational piece. And when you're able to realize that you can do it and you are smart and you are capable, it's just you need to learn a little bit more before you get to be in that full capacity of capability with your finances. And I am here to educate you and gain you those tools, those lifelong tools. I'm not here to gatekeep and make you think that I'm the only person you can ever talk to and my my knowledge is queen knowledge. I don't know. But like no, this is a beautiful synergy of us working together to really build you up and build your foundation and your business. I am here with you every step of the way, good, bad, non-financial situations. I get those all the time. People just come to me and talk to me, and I am very grateful and very honored. And I have hands down the greatest clients. Like they're just phenomenal. And people around me in general. I am so grateful because they are doing the hard work and the people I choose to like doing what's right over what's easy is very important to me. And I am grateful because those are the people that I've naturally just surrounded myself with. And that is a hard thing to do, especially when it's something you value and you realize you're not fully stepping into that or embodying it, or you thought you were and then you're like, oh, I guess I'm not in the way that I thought I was. That's challenging and very, it can be very dissociating. There's, oh, I just had a call with my client. What did she say? It's an evolution, and that evolution is such a beautiful growth moment. And again, it's challenging, so I don't want to diminish the the feels in that challenge. And sometimes people just need to walk away. Finances are a trigger point for most people because it's how we survive in our society. For whatever reason, basic human rights somehow involves money. Like having a roof over your head and clean water and nutritious food in your belly requires a level of doing things to get money in order to get that. And so it is a very triggering subject. And it's it's something that we get to, as entrepreneurs, we get to step into understanding what our triggers are and what is something that is stopping you from, and like, this is your finances, my friends. Like, this is an important topic. It is one of the most intimate pieces besides sex that you can have regarding somebody else, and or when you add in somebody else. I said that a little funky, but like, there is a level of deep intimacy that comes with your money, and it's because it's linked to your whole life. And I that is a big responsibility, and one that, as the money maven, I don't take lightly. I am here for you. And that's what all of my clients know to be true without a shadow of a doubt, because my I am here to serve you. Like, I know, please pick my brain. I have all these crazy things going on in my head, and it's about supporting you. So if that calls to you, my friend, I would love for you to get on a call with me and just tell me about where you're at. And I am, one of my clients said it best, like an air traffic controller. I'm here to tell you what you need and where you can go. So even if it's not me that supports you, I have a beautiful network of people that are ready and willing and excited to help you. And it's all about getting you the help that you need. I am not here to sell you into my program just to sell you and get money for me. 100% not where I'm at. And I can promise you that selling is my Achilles heel in that sense, because I just want to give and help you with where you're at. So I'm excited to for everyone who books a call, because I promise you that you'll get concrete next steps for you and a very clear understanding of what you need based on you. And if you see me in that equation, that's amazing. Otherwise, you have your best next steps. So book that call, and I'm excited to see you on my calendar. Thanks, guys.